As some of you may know, Cities Skylines 2 is on its way, and I want to see if you guys would enjoy a Cities Skylines mini-series, so I know if it will be worth it to make it into something bigger. I will add a little bit of roleplay to it to even make it more interesting and tell little storylines to shape the city and its surroundings. Of course, these mini-series will be a 100% vanilla, but if things get out of control with you guys enjoying the heck out of it, we can always, look for a modded series. If you have some tips and tricks or just want to name some districts, have some other ideas, then let me know in the comment section or just drop one of these emojis to support these mini-series. Now the thing that I'm looking for is a map that doesn't only contain everything right down here, but it also contains a lot of water, so we can make like a lot of bridges and tunnels and different kind of districts. I think that would be very nice. I might just choose this map, but I just want to see if there is something else. Like this is pretty much a whole area, even though I would also like to have like mountain sides and go up and down the hill and that kind of stuff, which is also a challenge for creating roads. Now this is actually the map that I wanted to go originally with, because you have like a little island. The only thing that's a shame there are no ship connections, and I would like to try and see if I can use everything in the game. I'm just gonna go with this guy right down here. I hope I'm not sorry with it. And I'm going to name the city Bill Torrey. And let's see. It has been a long while ago, and I know there have been a massive amount of updates from the day it came out until the day of today, and there should be a lot of fun stuff to play around with. Wow, we can even now turn the day and night cycle on and off. And then my question will come, where can we set the time, or will the time be set on what you have right now? I guess we're just going to figure it out. If it just stays as it is right now, then I'm just going to turn it on and then choose like a nice daytime, because nighttime in games is always a little bit tricky with recording. Okay, the thing that I was actually looking for is to turn off the tip notification, if that is a thing though. Yeah, I guess these are the pop-ups, so let's just turn that off. The chirper message, I'll just leave it on until you guys say, okay, it is enough with that. I did turn the volume all the way down. The music is off because there's also copyrighted music. I might just mess around with the audio later on. So let's just take a little look what we have right down here. So we're starting off with a pretty nice place, I would say, with a surrounding of a lot of water. Now I do believe that the water will start from here and then flows out in any direction. Let's just take a little look at it a little bit higher. Yeah, okay, so we see that right down here, it's flowing away, so it will be a good idea to have like water installation down there and then have like the sewer exits right down there. Anything else, we have like a nice little place for a bridge or a tunnel. We can also expand this way, and of course you have here something nice going on. And of course, as long as I don't build anything, I am not going to lose something. So this would be a good test to see what the day and night cycle does. So far, it doesn't seem like anything is turning or rotating. So let me just head back, put it back on, and then see. Okay, there is definitely something happening because this tree was just about here, hopping about. And in this case, I just wanna, see how far I can go without, completely destroying it all. Sun is very low to the sky, it seems like. So by the look of the stretch, we actually kind of started, I would say, just after the afternoon. So I'm just going to let the game roll until it's getting morning again. And then let's see where the trees will be hopping up and or how long the stretch will be. Wow, look at these northern lights over there. I haven't noticed that in the game before. Alright, well, it seems like the sun is not gonna go super high. I know from this point, if it goes that way, it will be past the middle point of the daytime. So I'm just going to leave it with this. I think it is fine for now. Alright, so in this case, I made up my mind. I got a very good starting point here for our little storyline. And I would like to make use of the gravel road. Now, in order to do that, we first need to place something like this elsewhere, and then there should be an option available just like this for a 2-lane gravel road. And I think it would be very nice to make like a little street going out that way. Just very random like that with a dock on the end, and this will be used like for fisher boat and whatnot to go out here, catch the fish for the people back in the days, and of course a little later back in the days when the wooden dock was being changed for a concrete dock. And of course at some point farmers came in and fish went less popular and yeah, stuff like that. And we can just remove this guy right down there. Now, of course, in some cases, the street could just be going something like, how about right down here? And also right down here, having some houses along the way for, you know, let's say the fisherman and fisherwoman, just like that. And then also, let's just keep it a little bit like Wild West type of style. So what I mean with that, in Wild West you always see like a street, and at the end of the street there will be like a big church, something like that, right? I'm also going to create something like this down here and then this down there. It is always very wide spacing. They didn't really think about, you know, cramming stuff up because it wasn't that big. And then we could just randomly create something like this here, and then we could just, you know, make like a road going that way towards, I don't know, an old main road, what later has been changed to something more obvious. Be a bit of a tight turn, because after the church and the building, you know, the road went like this. And we can just imagine that it was like an older road down here and they, you know, moved the road up. I think that would be a very nice idea, and I'm thinking of it. So it just represents like, was like an older road before. They just kind of chopped the road off, right? Makes any sense what I'm saying here. Something like this. It was like an old straight road this way. Then we moved the road here, placed down this church, and then there was like a house here, and people had to go around, connect up to the old road. Something like that would be fun. And then the road could go a little bit like this for whatever reason, and a little bit like that for whatever reason. I am going to need to straighten it out a little bit that way already. Let's just pass a couple of all the trees. And we can just, you know, move along to that over there. Trying to press Ctrl Z, but that doesn't work. I want to, you know, keep a little bit of bendy stuff in here. Something like this could do, right? Something like that. A nice bendy road. Things can be changed later on. I also don't want to destroy whole city parts. I want to work with project ideas to make things, you know, a bit realistic. And then we can also just connect this up to that and that to this. Change stuff later on. Then it would be a good idea, like a small little fisher village. And someone decided like, hey, I want to have my house here on the back. Something like this. And you know, for whatever reason, there was like a little bendy shape in here. This was like a house here, and then it's gonna go a little bit tight that way, then connect it up to here. If I can do that a little bit nice though. Turn this stuff off, like something like that. And what you also see often is something like this. If I can create that, super tight though. Yeah, I can do it already here. Something like that. Yeah, have something like this. You know, it would make a bit sense for people to go around the property that way, or if I need to head out, go that way. I think it would be a very nice thing to do. Right, so we have a little bit of roading, we have a little bit of a town going, a little bit of a story. This road here can just, you know, continue for a bit that way for later expansion. Just a tiny bit, and down here, let's just say like that, and then, you know, someone else's property right down here. Maybe some cows and sheep and whatnot near the water. Alright, so now in this case we're going to need to decide what we're going to do with power and or water. And now what I would like to think here is, normally I would use like this guy. This guy is like 250 to build, it costs 240 a week. And the water capacity is way too much for the beginning, because I remember if you place it down, you can actually put this all the way down there and it would still be too much. So in this case, you know, what wouldn't fit more into a town than something like this? And it might be handy to actually place this, like, for example, out of town. Now, I am not sure in real life if these things make like a lot of noise like this. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice to just place it here? I mean, later on we can change all kinds of stuff and things. So let's just place this guy right down there, right? Yeah, this guy is going to need to do some piping. This is something they didn't really have back in the day, I believe. I'm not quite sure. Not a historian expert, but let me just first lay down these things underneath the boat, just like that. I wanted to say bendy pipes. Would that be a thing in Cities Skylines too? I mean, it's not a unrealistic thing, I'll guess, maybe. But maybe just a tiny degree of bendy pipes would be nice. And then for now, we can just, you know, connect it up like that, and then the whole area is covered up. Of course, we're also going to need to have power, and of course, you know, powering a small town like that with a coal power plant would be a little bit too much for the beginning. Now, I know these windmills is something that is like very late stage type of deal. And I'm also going to think like, where are we going to add in the industry? Now, based on the flow of the water, I'll guess the best place to place an industry is right down here. So all the pollution and sewage will get put that way. The water will be drained here. Later on, we might need to move it up elsewhere, or else, you know, this will be drained on such a way that it actually creates a water flow the other way around. Now, I know won't be sucking up too much water down here, but it could cause trouble if we just keep dumping stuff right down there. That's my guess. So I'll guess the town could be kind of be made here on this area for now, and then, you know, place these guys for right now. Let's just say in this area. We could line it up for a bit. I think that would be nice eventually, right? So then also, all of this good stuff is going to need to have power. And now my guess is, let's just add it for now here. And then we can just start expanding some houses here and then along the way that way. And then take everything with it. Now this drain stuff, we could just start out all the way here. But it seems to be maybe good enough to already start out. You know, we have like a nice straight line going on. Can move stuff up later on anyways. And then I guess we should be taking the shortest route, just this, and shortest route of power, which will be like this. And then later on, slowly but surely, we're creating more the windmills, shorten out this down here. Right, that is all just gonna be my wild guess for now. And yeah, like I've been saying, you know, I wanna roleplay stuff. I wanna, you know, create a storyline a bit down here. Oh yeah, let's just create a little house near the road. That could be like this, and then one like that. It's gonna be smaller housing. Going to keep in mind it will be like gardens, backyards. Like here, for example, it would be like a split up from garden to garden. Down here it might be a little tight, so let's just do it like that. And of course, I mean, you know, two people could be living together. The more we're gonna go into the town, and this might be bad. I mean, noise pollution and stuff. We're just going to deal with it. And then, yeah, right down. Yeah, okay. I want to create like a big house down here. This is like a farmer, and he got the money though. Like I was saying, let's just put one out here and like a tiny house and tiny garden. But someone is living here and someone living there. Keep it a bit small though. And the more we get in here, the more denser it will be. Gonna create a small house in here. And let's say a bigger one, etc. Alright, so for now we are actually being in the minus, so I'm just going to stop this play right down here. And then what I would like to do is just take a look at our budget. Now, we couldn't just mess around with things, just we need to use this one, right? So the sewer treatment is absolutely very bad for some whatever reason. So let me just see what is wrong with this stuff. It's not operating, maybe because people are not like, you know, use the stuff just yet. It should have power, so but just wait for this a little bit. Okay, it says draining is zeros. Production and draining. I hope this is fine actually. I did connect it up. It could be that it just takes a little while. You know, it's not like people are getting in here and just overflow the toilets right away, unless they had like eating somewhere and it was like bad food. I think we will see it spraying out any minute now. But if we look at the water ability, it says its consumption is almost 1k and we are pumping 60k. So in this case, you know, I'm just gonna let it roll for a bit to let these people come in. Yeah, I'll guess if we just drop it down like that, it is not going to hurt. Yeah, it's not gonna hurt too much, and that is all we can do right now. Also for the sewage, it's all the way down. Now for the power though, we currently using or have 8 megawatts. We're not really using anything. So what if? Okay, we just need to test stuff. Going to get this money rolling. 2 megawatts for now. Just have to be careful though. So in this case, I am going to, you know, add some more housing here and there. I want to have like also like a shopping street. I'm going to keep that in mind. A shopping street is not going to be too huge of a deal, so I am going to make a bigger house down here like that. The biggest one will be 4 by 4, I do believe. Wait a minute, let's just do it like that then. So, you know, I need to save it up. We're going to be one big house in town. Down here, we're just going to keep some open. These will be, you know, some smaller houses like that. And then, like I was saying, it's a shame we cannot really, you know, have a church or something. I guess we need to download some mods for that. So, what would be a thing to do here? And maybe like that? Is that a thing? Just gonna find out sooner or later. And then how about another one of these and those? So just let it slowly grow out. Have a little bit of gardens going on. This is the first idea down here of like a neighborhood type of deal. Something is still 0, which surprises me a little bit. Like, doesn't this thing use power? It's not even operating. Is this game broken? Let me just see something here. Power. I'd like to see 240 what? That's kind of an odd number. Maybe I'm missing something out here though. Okay, finally, it's using something. All right, that at least, you know, take some worries away. This will be fine sooner or later. You just have to look at this for now. Right, so and now people demanding a little bit of industry, right? And I'm just gonna pause it right down here because or else I'm getting stressed up. I don't think we have zoning just yet, because I also wanted to say like, okay, maybe we can do some forest industry. The next thing we are going to get is garbage, healthcare and that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, forest is at 650, 320, we're gonna get that. So I'm going to need to keep that in mind too. And then slowly but surely, you know, we can expand some, you know, like new, bigger areas down here for the modern type of deal. I want to keep this old school as much as possible. Maybe later on we're gonna change some things a little bit. People will be protesting because this farmer is living for generations down here. So then I'll guess the first sign of industry is gonna happen, and this is, you know, going to ruin the whole landscaping. So for right now, what I'm going to do is just gonna, yeah, we're just going to build straight off that way. I wanna keep in mind a little bit like the ideas we have here in the Netherlands. I'm not saying things are better here than other countries. It's just like I know what I want to build and use that as an example. So which basically means I don't want to have like tons of intersections on one main road. I want to create like little sections and then have one connection to the road, same on the other side, and then create like a longer road again before things are connecting up. So in this case, we could also do, for example, take 1.5 and go like this. Now I just have to see. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be a bit of a boring type of industry layout for now. And that's why I also would actually like to have like more the idea of landscaping. That if a landscape is very shapy, very hilly here and there, smooth and not smooth, it will actually create the layout for your play. And in this case it is all flat, so I'm going to need to play around with this for a bit. I think the best to do here is actually start with this one as straight as possible and then just connect it up like that, so you know for 100% sure it will be fine. That, and for now like that. Okay, later on we can do the same like that, and then we have like a little shape going on. Now what I would also like to do is, I don't want to show the back of a factory towards the road. I want to show the front of the factory towards the road, so people can read a little bit like what is here, what is there. Of course it could be with the back if they have like billboards and whatnot. It makes a little bit of sense. So I'm thinking like, could we actually make like a park road down here? You know, like footpath type of deal later on. I think that might be a nice idea to do. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 at least. It will all make sense later on what I'm, trying to explain here. And oh, that is perfect. It's all 4, so we can just make like big factories like that and just let it roll. Yeah, sure, the money, but it will be fine at some point. We have enough stuff to play around with. Industry does means more power usage, and the water so far is just absolutely fantastic. So here the power is slightly going to be drained, so I'm going to keep an eye out on it while I'm building some stuff. Later on we can just, the more the money will flow, the more I could build, something like that. Beautiful. Like, what is this? Yeah, like from the boat you could see maybe this is like a box factory. Definitely looks like a box though, but yeah, it would be nice to have like a big sign down here with the name on it. This, I'll guess, something like that. But yeah, if you have a name for the front road of the industry where we built the first industry buildings, just let me know. If you would like to name some of these streets like this, maybe this could be, let me just also do some work right here. Because it's the pier like that. Oh, name a road. I just got achievements. Apparently I've never ever named a road in plus 500 hours in this game. I don't know what priority road means, so if anyone knows that, then let me know. Oh, you can, oh, okay, yeah, okay, so yeah. It's only a shame, maybe not though, that this wouldn't be like one street. Like, could we... Okay, you know what? You guys let me know. This is like the coming in street. This will be the farm street. And then we have 2 side roads. Yeah, if you like to. You don't have to, but sure. You can always let me know. Alright, the money is not going very well, so let me just boost this up a little bit. That is a bit of a shame how this looks down here. Now maybe what I can do is just like that. Have a little, thing going on that goes one piece earlier. Yeah, that will be perfect. So I can at least make another 4 down here, and then we will have like empty grassland to say. Oh, that's how it works in this game. So this game corrects itself. So I just called this road 1, and it all corrects it with the other ones, now called road 1. So I'm just gonna call this Tower Lane If you want to name row 3, this is what it's called down here. This is called row 2 all the way this way. This is row 1, which also could use a name. So yeah, very good, right? And it seems like we are making our first positive money. This is of course very positive. Now I don't want to go too nuts with the shopping street just yet, so I'm gonna keep it like small shopping buildings compared with housing. I'm too late for that, that's fine. And let's just say bigger one down here, right? Let's just see what comes out of this stuff. Place some houses here. I'm just gonna fill in the whole row down here. A little bit more luxurious houses with more yard. This is like still the older days. Yeah, people are coming in, so it works like that. The industry is looking like that. Call this Indus 1. So if you would like to name it, then you can go ahead. Oh, it will call everything Indus 1 until here. Okay, that's fine. I'll guess when we reconnect the road here and rename it, it will just take that, and this will be a separate one, I'll guess. That's how it works in this game. Right, everything positive, everything nice and fine. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say that, now I will say the further we get into this stuff, of course, the more I will do. I will not just, you know, do tiny bit by tiny bit each and every time. We're just going to grab like little projects, and then we're going to work with these projects. For now, it's just, you know, we need to be a little bit here, a little bit there, and, you know, you get the deal. And slowly but surely, you will see changes happening. I'm gonna add like little stories to, you know, whatever is down here, because, you know, the future things will grow and that kind of stuff. And I'm looking forward to it. So that will all happen for, you know, the upcoming future series. What we're just gonna call it the mini series. And like I said, if you guys want to see more, then we can always expand this. Yeah, we can always do like a season modded and that kind of stuff. And if you want to name any of these routes, and you can let me know in the comment section. All right, so let me just, you know, just add a couple houses here and there, and then I'm just going to call it a good to go. Now I would like to see if I can just add a tiny bit of a roading here without. Yeah, okay, that is fine. Like have a little bit of a parking for a certain house.